A dam may drown 3.5 million humans and many wildlife. Indian Constitution guarantees everyone right to live. What about 3.5 million? Denied. Supreme Court must answer. Governments were formed to safeguard the interests of their citizens. From 5th century BC Athens, when the first government was formed, it was so. If it fails in it, that institution is no longer a government. It is happening now in Kerala, the first place where the communists came to power through ballot. A 2012 study report of Dr. S.K. Mishra and Dr. Ashish Pandey, professors at IIT Roorkee, emphasized the need to decommission Mullaperiyar Dam built in 1895 because of structural flaws. Politicians extended their close eyes to that erudite appraisal. Nothing happened in 10 years. Hence, nothing will happen in future too, they presumed. Call it negligent, criminal, and biased indifference. They had made themselves stable with lifetime pensions for being elected representative even for a short period of 2 years. Shameless act of self-indulgence as each has amassed wealth for a few generations to luxurious living. Their thinking few believe. Safety of the dam does not bother them. Mr. E. Sreedharan is an acclaimed engineer who constructed Konkan Railway and later the Delhi Metro in India through the busiest Delhi-New Delhi traffic with the least public annoyance and inconvenience. He wasted his valuable time and present a bright and tangible solutions, a tunnel to Tamil Nadu to divert water, the ultimate purpose of the dam. Mr. Sreedharan's suggestions did not get the least consideration from the ignorant rulers who fill the seats in the State Assembly. It is hearsay or fact that the Tamil Nadu government had bribed a large number of politicians in Kerala with a larger than imaginable largesse in advance. Their political inaction suppressed them under the weight of those munificence and the sadistic knowledge that in case Mullaperiyar Dam bursts, it may cause catastrophic deluge, destruction and losses of lives of 3.5 million humans far from their strong and secure mansions. But water flowing from a burst dam may not obey laws of physics and flow even to unexpected quarters. Some legal aspects that may favor 3.5 million people, property and wildlife there. Law of tort clarifies. In tortious liability, every person has a duty to take reasonable care to avoid causing harm to others. Read United Nations report of 2021. Mullaperiyar is one of the world's biggest dams that need to be decommissioned for being situated in seismically active area. Para 8 of Tamil Nadu Kerala Agreement on Periyar Hydroelectric Scheme of 1970 reads, the government of Tamil Nadu agrees to pay to the government of Kerala reasonable compensation for any damage caused to any property adjoining the diminished land by reasons of the exercise by the government of Tamil Nadu of the powers and right concerned on them by this agreement. Second conditions. All residuary powers not specifically conferred on the government of Tamil Nadu shall vest on the government of Kerala. Imminent fear of those who care for others. The United Nations study of 2021 warns that the lives of 3.5 million people will be in peril in Kerala. 50 square kilometers catastrophic floodwater will flow 36 feet high. People will have only 15 to 20 minutes to run for their lives from the floodwater gushing in as gigantic waves chasing them with ginormous strength and speed. Not a second to look back at the water monsters having unimaginable speed nearing to gobble them down through the widespread mouth of 36 feet high. That sums up. 3.5 million women, children, and men have 15 to 20 minutes to run for more than 7 kilometers. That's a rough calculation. Right, left to front with 36 feet high floodwater a few yards behind them, chasing at a hurricane speed. With mouths drying down, sinews giving up, muscles losing power and will to move, they become unwilling fodder for the flood. For prosperity's sake, scientists in the USA, Europe, and elsewhere will estimate the speed of that deluge. Kerala and Tamil Nadu politicians will shed crocodile tears, newspapers and channels will report it, adding all tear-gushing sympathetic words in their vocabulary. Ministers and Prime Minister will visit when water has dried up, roads repaired, tarred, and red carpets spread. They may have in stock glycerin-soaked handkerchiefs to wipe their eyes with tears for TV and public gaze. The petrifying fright of 3.5 million people in ginormous for Tamil Nadu government to the tortuous liability towards those dead and suffering for not taking reasonable cheap precautions and care in time, which they were duty bound to avoid loss of many men, animals, and vegetation that will perish. By sending high-powered judges at the time for an on-the-spot study, the Supreme Court cannot shrug off the culpability from his shoulders. The bloodstains will stay and get darker, and no perfumes of Arabia will sweeten the dirty hands of inaction. All the concerned had more than record information, warning, capability, resource, time, etc. to avoid the calamity. What a fun is to watch when your neighbor's mother runs around insane, tugging and tearing her clothes away. A tortious liability does not need any of those for culpability to be established. Fletcher of the famous tortious liability case did not know the existence of a rusted pipe belonging to him running under plaintiff's property that suffered loss because of the water leaking into his property through that pipe. Lawyers will swoop down in Indian courts as happened in the Bhopal gas tragedy. The nature of the signing of documents of Mullaperiyar by a former Chief Minister of Kerala shows that he neither had the power nor authority to ratify nor extend an illegal lease if not signed by the Kerala governor and the president or passed by two-thirds majority in the assembly. Immediately after the signing of the first document, the Maharaja of Travancore stated that he was threatened at gunpoint to sign it. That makes the agreement null and void in the eyes of common law because of coercion. Even if it is argued to be valid, the government of Kerala has not received reasonable compensation. The Supreme Court has a duty to fix the tortious liability compensation for 3.5 million human lives and uncalculated wildlife that may have lost, and for other compensation, and ask the Tamil Nadu government to hand them over to the court for a later anticipated distribution in case of calamity. But who cares? Who bothers? Please subscribe, like and share my channel. I am Edwin Williams, CJW Science Research.